Are live. We're live. Um, so we're live. Hi guys. Hi Pepper. Pepto Bismol. Oh no. Hey Ketchin. Hey Steph. Hey Freeside. Cancel this live.
Hey. Who said
Yeah,
cancel this live?
yeah, he said
Block them.
I've enough stress. To cancel the live. So I want to talk.
Amanda,
Yeah.
before you start, I got to tell you something. I want you to take your fucking outrage and shove it up your ass and go away.
Hey Ross. Hey Cool Gamer.
Bye.
Oh no, this is gonna be
That was
great.
my favorite part of the whole stream. My second favorite part.
Right. Hey Lupa. Hey Stoner Girl. So I don't know where my bae's at. I think that she's probably busy at work because that's how it goes. But I hope she gets to pop in. It's good to see you, Stoner Girl and Lufa. Lufa calls me and Hooker her two moms. She's our love child. Lufa's our love child.
That's funny. Hey,
I know.
Lupa. Hey, everybody.
Hey, profile manipulation and crime and contour. It's good to see you guys. So,
Hey.
yeah, we're going to gather around and we're going to talk about this wonderful stream that happened last night that was so entertaining and that I fell asleep. I did. Everybody was talking about it and I'm like, yeah, I got to go to bed. I did.
Well, I was going to make a video. I was going to clip some of it because it's hilarious. There's so many funny parts. And it's just so confusing. But I did. I was like, we're going live. I will.
Yes, we're going live. Well, we were going to go like last night. If I did not have to work this morning, I would have been live again. But it was like seriously, like everybody was talking to me about it. And I was like, oh man, that sucks. And then I was like, yep, it's snuggle time and bedtime. I got to go. Like, cause I just was shocked at the stupidity of it all. The nerve to say we gatekeep when like, are you fucking high? I'm genuinely, has everybody around here started getting high? Like, what?
I swear, every time I hear them talk, I'm like, they're either creating their own reality or they just see a different reality when they look at the same things that I look at. It's like, oh my God, it's so night and day. And
I cannot.
you
cannot.
you have that clip that she played of you out of context, right?
Yes, I do. I have it because we're gonna play it in a minute because it was like 2 seconds up. I said it was wrong for me to okay. Let me just give a little backstory, then I'll play the clip. I said it was wrong for me to say that Tracy was a pedophile supporter, but I didn't understand why people were upset because it's the same as if Starlight was hanging in a pedophile chat, right? She took that little part of me saying Starlight in a pedophile chat and played that 2 seconds of that clip. No,
But
no, no.
what does that? I don't understand what that would prove, since she's been claiming from jump that people were accusing her of being a P-word supporter, which wasn't true, right? And she said everybody keeps saying that that's never been said, so boom, here it is, and that was like last night after the fact.
Right. Mm-hmm.
What's your point? You still lied from the beginning.
The first time that the word pedophile was used was last night, and it was because I said that we shouldn't have called Tracy a pedophile supporter, okay? And I shouldn't have. Yes, no problem, Steph. Hey, London girl. I shouldn't have said that. That was wrong of me to say. And so I wasn't calling Starlight a pedophile supporter. I said it's the same as her being in that chat. And why is nobody else outraged about it? That's what I fucking said.
And neither did Tracy. Whenever Tracy brought it up, she brought it up in context of that she was called that back in the day. She didn't call her that either.
No, she didn't call her that. Absolutely not.
So I don't understand why from the beginning she blew it out of proportion. Maybe it's because she did feel like it probably wasn't the best look. So she needed to make the accusation so much bigger because Alex's stream, what Alex admitted to in her stream, like he's gross and he's nasty and he says disgusting things on the internet. She never repeated what he said, but she said those things over and over. That's pretty much what was being said.
Yeah, clip. Yeah, hold on, play the clip.
She
Hold on.
really didn't disagree with Tracy all that much.
No, it's like they worded it differently. It wasn't like they totally disagreed. All right, hold on. I got to get my vape too. I hear you vaping. I'm like, I need to vape. Hold on.
Sorry if I'm loud. I can't hear
No,
it because
okay.
I used my AirPods, so I can't hear anything besides
no, it's
you.
okay. I want to fucking hit my vape. All right, here's this. Okay, let me know if y'all can hear it. Hold on. Give me a second.
No, we're so mad. Look, I knew when I saw the title of that stream and they were going to try to drag Tracy and drag fucking Carla. And fuck them.
Whoa,
They don't get to do that.
Tracy for what? Drag Tracy for calling that
Exactly. Yeah, for calling out what happened. Like, and when I was up there, I said, like, we did it. I was a part of it. Like, we absolutely accused Tracy of that.
Yes, okay. I wanted to say that because I was at work and couldn't take a leave. I don't ever give me like, we're not fighting, but so I absolutely did call Tracy a pedophile supporter for being on that panel with that guy. I don't think she's a pedophile supporter. I shouldn't have said those strong words, but it wasn't supposed to even be on that panel. The same as it is for Starlight to be hanging out in a pedophile chat. It's the same.
Right. Like that guy, when that guy started getting creepy and weird, Tracy did leave.
Yeah. About. Okay, so that's what I actually said. This is what Starlight tried to play, though. Hold on.
When it comes to this and this whole narrative trying to say that I support a pedophile, and they're like, no one ever said that. No one ever said that.
No one did.
Right here.
No.
And this proves it because she played the clip from last night.
Yes.
Oh, sorry.
Said those strong words, but it wasn't supposed to be on that panel. The same as for Starlight to be hanging out in a pedophile chat. It's the same.
Right.
That was last night. That was the first time that was.
Hey, Chicky.
Said.
She is absolutely. I wouldn't bet 100%, but I can say she's the first person that I personally heard saying pedo supporter at all. And she kept saying it and kept saying it and kept saying it. And I even said that I was pushing that narrative.
Right. Whatever, dude. That's not even.
I didn't refer to him as that. I didn't refer to her as that. None of it. All I said was that he said these. Well, what Alex said last night. He said these gross things on the internet. I think Alex downplayed it as much as she could and didn't say what was said on purpose. That's just my opinion. But I don't understand why, like, how we even got here. Like, why are they even making drama out of it?
Right. Who cares? The guy's a creep. Can we all just agree he's a fucking creep? And look, I was just saying that it's the same thing. So if there's outrage, there was outrage to Tracy. And I was actually saying I shouldn't have said that about Tracy. So why am I going to say it about Starlight? I was saying I shouldn't have used such strong words. It was the same thing as hanging out with that guy. That's all I was saying. I wasn't like, they twisted that so bad. And I was just saying if there was outrage.
Oh,
both.
I see. Okay. I see what you're saying. You're saying that if you said, like, if it was not right for you to say that about Tracy, then saying that
I was
would be the same thing, pretty much.
Yeah, it's the same thing as her hanging out there, but I shouldn't have used such strong words. That was what I said. I said I shouldn't have used such strong words like calling Tracy a pedophile supporter. It's the same thing as if Starlight was hanging out in a pedo chat. It's not good, but I shouldn't have said that, was what I was saying. Like, and she twisted it to me like she only played a tiny piece of that clip. It's bullshit.
Yeah, because they like to clip things out of context. Alex admitted that the other day. I clipped that.
Hey, I want to address something real quick before I forget about Tonic.
I was just about
comparing. Oh, were you? Yes, they were comparing that weird guy to Tonic being in the communities. Like Tonic is not, never has suggested he would sleep with a 14-year-old. I'm sorry, that's not the fucking same thing. It's not.
Well, it's not the same thing. For one, for me, I don't interact personally with Tonic. There's no shade towards him. I just haven't in a long time with anybody really. So I don't see how they compare. And also, if you say that Tonic did a bad thing and you think Tonic did a bad thing, it doesn't change this thing. There's just two bad things. Like, you could talk about the other bad thing that you want to focus on all you want. It doesn't change this bad thing. It only makes you look like you don't want to talk about this.
Exactly. Like, what are you talking about? How are you I don't understand. the comparison. I don't get it. And it's not about a dangerous guy. It's about a real actual weirdo being in the community that said he would sleep with a 14-year-old if it was legal. And I don't care about the whole argument of age of consent. It's all gross. And if you're
There
arguing,
is no argument. Alex
no,
said, and I don't even think she actually believes this, but Alex said that legal and consensual is the opposite of pedophilia. Okay. But
oh yeah,
that's just not true. That has a definition of what it means, whether it's legal or illegal, and kids can't consent.
no,
Period.
There's no argument. Hey, Ginger Lax and Keith, there is no fucking argument. What do you mean? Like, I just don't understand. I don't get it. I never will.
No, I don't even know what the fight is. That's why I was just like, why are they reacting this way? And then last night, I figured out they're just mad that they feel like they can't go in his chats anymore without being embarrassed about it. But if you all want to go in his chats, you want to support him, fucking go.
Right, go support him. But listen, and you guys want to talk about gatekeeping. All we've heard is you're okay with Steph, you're okay with Brett, you're okay with Tonic, you're okay with RJ. Oh my God, Ketchin's in your chat. And you want to fucking talk about gosh dang gatekeeping motherfuckers? Liz, listen, bitch. You literally will seek people out, tell them how sorry you are, love bomb the fuck out of them, and then turn around. They're obsessed with me. They're obsessed with Starlight. Go fuck yourself, Liz. Why don't you ask your friends if they even trust your fucking bitch ass? Because the answer is no. Nobody does. Everybody knows you're a piece of shit. Go fuck yourself, Liz. Seriously. Leave my name out of your fucking mouth.
Well, too, like, I know that she's a troll and whatever, right? And she doesn't actually care about any fucking thing that she's saying. But she said that I expected her to know what I said in my community post. What I was trying to ask her in that chat was, which I just wanted to know, like, genuinely for the community, like, how could this have happened? Like, how could we have went about all of this where it could have been productive? That's what I was trying to ask her. She fucking refused to answer. She fucking refused. And the answer is, there is no answer. There's no way. Because if Starlight does a thing that she feels defensive of, or she thinks that it looks wrong, they're all going to be defensive and defend it regardless of how shitty it looks. Regardless.
Regardless how bad it looks.
Doesn't matter.
Someone, yeah, it's like, give me a fucking break. Okay, so Stoner Girl is on point tonight. She said, always trying to stay relevant and the topic of conversation. Revoke her victim card, and like, people are sick of it. Maybe the ponies are not sick of it, but it's like, what are you over there doing defending this? Why didn't you just say, oh my God?
I can't believe it. Even like Wendy, no shade, Wendy. I'm not trying to like fight with you, but you said in that chat last night, in Alex's chat, that why can't people, if they just don't want to interact with people that Starlight has on her panel, can they just not watch her? Do you genuinely feel that way about someone that says they have sexual fantasy about kids?
Right.
Do you really feel that way? Because we just fundamentally disagree.
Right. If you really do feel that way, I don't know. And listen, Liz, listen, you called me fake because I didn't tell you I was having marital issues, and I didn't tell you that I was dating Hooker. I didn't tell hardly anybody, and the only people I did tell, I ended up getting trolled about a couple things. I only told a couple of people. I ended up getting trolled, but I'm so glad I didn't go into like my personal life too far, because it would be all over fucking YouTube, and that's just the fucking facts of it. It would be all over YouTube. Everything that I shared with you guys is like topic of conversation on a live. Everything.
How fucking manipulative is it to be still to this day? Wow, they've already used all of it against you. All of it.
Yep.
Still have the fucking nerve to get on a panel and say, you weren't a good friend. You didn't tell us this and that. You should have been, talking to us, blah, blah, blah. No, all of YouTube can see that was the best decision Amanda ever fucking made. The littlest that she could get out of telling y'all in that moment, the better, clearly, because look how it worked out.
Exactly. Like, can you imagine if I had opened up and been like, yeah, this, this is going on, that's going on. Everything that I shared has literally been a topic. Plus, stuff has been added to everything that I did share. I didn't have to share with you guys. That was a part of my life that I didn't want to share with anybody at that moment. And for you to expect that and tell me I'm a fake bitch and I've lied, I'm a liar because I didn't share that. Liz, you disappear for weeks at a time. Nobody knows hardly anything about your life unless you come in and share it, and nobody gives a fuck. I don't think you're fake because you don't share your fucking life. I think you're fake because you are, not because you don't share your fucking life. What the fuck?
Well, speaking of her being fake, like, it cracks me up that because Starlight took all of this drama somehow over to Easy's chat, right? And they were all talking about it over there, showing clips, showing what happened, blah blah blah, this and that. Well, Liz was in that chat telling him, like, oh, thank you so much. We're so grateful that we know now. We're so glad that we
Oh
know all
my
this about
God.
Hormaxer. Thank you so much. And then last night she goes on and she's so fucking salty about it. Oh, now we're gatekeeping where people can go. We can't go where we want to go. Like, you're literally saying that you are mad because you can't support the man. Like, just go do it. Like,
Right.
what
You
are
guys
you
have fun over
doing?
there with someone else. Go do it. Nobody gives a fuck. But you can't sit there and talk about gatekeeping. All we have heard is about how RDA is in my chat, how Brett stops by my chat, how I like Brett, how they can't believe that I would support this one. They can't believe that I would support that one. But y'all want to whine about gatekeeping. Y'all are the queens and kings of gatekeeping. What are you talking about? I don't get it.
No, but when it happens, this, and by the way, in my opinion, this isn't fake outrage. The fact that you all even say that it's fake outrage fucking weirds me the fuck out. I'm sorry. I think that y'all are creepy as fuck. I'm sorry. I just feel that way. But hold on. Sorry. Hang on.
No, you're
I'll be
good.
right back.
Okay. You're good. Hey, Touch of Happiness. Yeah, it's always a shit show. I'm telling you. In fact, they expect your boundaries. Yes, profiling. It's like, listen, I barely told anybody stuff that was going on, and that is, like Stephanie said, the best decision I ever made, because anything that I did share has been content, been threatened to be content, talked about in chats, been trolled with it. And so I don't have to share every single part of my life with people that just because y'all were my friends. So far, y'all are mad because I wasn't on enough voice chats and I didn't share enough of my personal life. Y'all don't think that's a little fucked up to be, that's why you're mad at me? That's why you think I'm a fake bitch? Like, are you kidding me?
As they're throwing your personal life in your face, as they've tried to call your partner an abuser.
Right.
Like,
Right. It's like, come the fuck on. I don't.
and then Alex said it was cancel culture. This is so. I couldn't. I almost fell out of my fucking chair that she had the
Yes,
nerve to say
cancel
cancel
culture.
culture.
Like,
Like,
are you kidding me? You know how many people you literally your most viewed live on your channel, Starlight, is a live trying to cancel me, and the second one is the one where you tried to cancel Hooker. And you're gonna sit over there, you've tried to cancel so many people, and you're gonna sit over there and talk about fucking cancel culture and say, leave me alone. If you don't like, don't watch. Starlight, that's your whole fucking channel, is trying to cancel motherfuckers. And Liz, I can't, and Alex, I can't even believe you guys are saying that. Like, are you fucking kidding me?
hey, Junebug, where was
Bug.
Alex? Where was Alex in that moment to say, "Hey, Starlight, this is cancel culture behavior"?
Right.
You
Catch
literally
yourself.
only care, Alex, when it happens to Starlight. Not even yourself.
Right.
Her. That's
It's
it. That's all.
all
And
weird.
you all blew this out of proportion because you all are so defensive about Starlight, and I think even borderline obsessed. I'm just saying, she's a content creator and she's in a drama community and she chooses to put herself everywhere. She's content
Okay.
all the time. She makes
Yes.
herself content. She's gonna be content. Like,
Just
get
like,
over it.
yeah, just like we were told to get over it. We're in the drama community. When my
Yeah.
real life and my children and my parenting was being discussed, and my relationship was being discussed, my sexuality was being discussed, I was told that I put it out there, which I didn't put most of that out there, but we're in the drama community. I'm not talking about Starlight's real life. I'm talking about the shit she fucking pulled on here on the fucking on YouTube. And I don't give a fuck who doesn't like it. She talks about me all the fucking time. And Starlight, you wouldn't be my content if you would have just left me the fuck alone. You couldn't leave me alone. I wasn't even around, and neither was Stephanie.
The first thing when I hadn't watched it I hadn't watched it a couple days. First thing I see when I come back is Starlight talking about you. Shitty as fuck too.
Yes.
And I'm like, I'm not going to. Starlight, just so you know, because you brought this up a million times. It is hilarious that you have whined and whined and whined about people throwing you crying up in your face. But yeah, you've done it to me over and over already, right?
Right. Exactly.
Just so you know, you didn't make me cry. What made me cry was being so frustrated that I was forced in pretty much to having you on that fucking panel. That's why.
Yes.
Because I know we do not agree on anything. I have nothing to say to you whatsoever. But you to say, oh, you were crying your eyes out. Like, that's how you look at it when you know what it feels like.
Yes.
That's why I think you're shitty.
I know. I think she's shitty. I think that they're all shitty because they sit over there and cry about every motherfucking thing they do. Like, you guys are real. When they said cancel culture, my head almost blew. Like, luckily, I was so dying. It was bedtime, and like I don't like once I go to bed, you know, I'm off my phone and stuff for the night. And I was just so thankful right then. It was like, yeah, we got to go to bed. We got to work, because otherwise I probably would have sparked a live up and just laughed the whole time. Like, is this fucking real? How many motherfuckers have they tried to cancel? Are you serious? Hey, Lotus Flower. How many? Like, hey, crazy.
She pretty much was kind of successful at keeping RDA off of most panels and chats in the community.
Yeah,
that's not cancel culture. I don't know what is.
And Steph, and I had a hand in the stuff. That's why I've apologized to Steph. You know, Stoner Girl. We don't know. It's really weird why she gets worship like that, but yeah, I don't know. I can't believe that we're calling it cancel culture now. But I mean, yeah, RDA. There was Steph. They've done it to me. They've, you know, gotten people that she's like, but they want my friends and my supporters not to like me. Starlight, that's what you tried
Laura
to do. And are you fucking serious? Are you kidding me right now?
I don't understand how they even blew this out of proportion, and then Alex being so stuck on like that people should care about whatever's going on with Tonic. Like, I don't watch Tonic, but whatever's going on with Tonic. But then everybody else can say, oh, I don't know this guy. I'm not even going to watch. That's what, you know, they said in the chat. And it's just like, did you all watch Tracy's video? That's the first thing I would ask. Did you hear what she said about what he said, or you genuinely just don't care and want to know? Like, you want that much plausible deniability that you have to be willing to turn a blind eye to someone that openly says they like sexually fantasized about children.
Right, exactly. So I do have some notes because y'all know I'm like a squirrel and I forget everything. So just let me get my handy dandy notes out real quick. Because they called it the Starlight hate campaign, and I was just like, I just couldn't believe it after
the audacity.
Okay, so there was a time when I would get YouTube and there would be lives about Stephanie Brown, me, and Hooker all day. They would just alternate what panels they went on, talk shit about us, and go to the next panel with the same group of people. And you know, that is what y'all do. We did it on one panel, my panel, and I went to motherfucking bed, didn't even finish that live last night. I literally went into the only Discord that I really am active in and said, all right, guys, night, and went to fucking bed. I didn't finish the live. I didn't, you know, go on to a different live to talk about you. That's what y'all do. You literally go from one panel to another to try to cancel people. But this is the hate campaign? No, this is holding somebody accountable. Since when is that a fucking bad thing around here? What?
It's only a bad thing. It's a bad thing if it has to do with Starlight. And they're so like, the reason I use the word obsessed is because if it's about Starlight, they're not even willing anymore. They used to be at least willing to get some context. They're not even willing to hear the context or whatever, because this was blown out of proportion from the beginning. This was lied about, the claims and accusations from the beginning. And it was, Alex said a million times that people in all these communities all over the internet, I think was her exact words, want to run Starlight out of the communities.
Yes.
It's like, no, we want her to go and make an ass of herself everywhere. Like, it's fantastic.
Go do it.
Nobody's mad about that.
No, you, right. Go do it. We can't. Listen, like I said, the most viewed lives on her fucking that are public is the one that she literally tried to cancel me, and the next one is the one where she tried to cancel Hooker. And I'm not over here crying, cancel culture. Oh my God, give me a fucking break, dude. And then like, Starlight, I mean, listen, and then you want to throw in that whole you're 75%, what the fuck ever. Quit using my shit and then talking about how I'm obsessed with you, you fucking weirdo. What the fuck was that? She was like telling that guy or whatever that she's 75% something. And I'm like, you are so fucking lame, Starlight.
Well,
like,
she takes everybody. She's literally never like come up with something on her own. She has no shame in stealing every single like slogan that anyone comes up with. In
yeah, fuck you, pay
every time.
Hers, yeah. Remember, she stole fuck
you. Yeah. Oh, that's another thing. Sour Girl says, "Oh, this is a perfect analogy." I don't know if she didn't use that word, but she was like, "This is a perfect analogy." Whenever Steph and her friends were trying to use whenever Stephanie had a minor in her chat, which is a fucking lie already, because you don't know what you're talking about clearly. That
they didn't even know the story. They didn't even know the fucking story.
No. And that this is just like that, pretty much. Either you're dumb or you're just that dishonest. You're willing to just say stupid shit because, like, one, nobody's calling Starlight the P word. That's not even on the table. What are you fucking talking about?
Right.
Two, as soon as I woke up and found out that had happened, I had to go on the biggest stream in the community, which was MFW's at the time, and address it. So, I couldn't go on a members only live and not address it at all, sweep it under the rug and get pissed off at everybody because they were calling me out for a thing that I didn't even know in the moment that there was a minor in that chat. It wasn't my chat, it was somebody else's chat. But anyways, that's besides the point. They're literally not analogous at all. You're just dumb.
Hey, Kathy. Yeah. And so, they acted like they have been, like, Starlight acted like she'd been a regular in this guy's chat, like, for a long time. How long have you been going to his chat? And, like, I don't know. Look, you had to go on that panel, and you had to say, hey, I fucked up. What happened? I've had to go on panels and say, hey, my bad, I fucked up.
So yeah, I apologized right away. I did, because, listen, if I ever said something in front of a minor that I shouldn't have fucking said, whether I knew what I was doing in the moment or not, I fucked up. I was wrong. I went and said I was sorry and paid for that shit for months after.
Right.
Like, they're not the same at all. Starlight doesn't give a fuck. She doesn't think she's wrong. They made every excuse in the world, said it was fake outrage, that it's not even a thing that should be called out, and used tonic to deflect the whole entire time. Not the same.
Yeah, it's not the same. And, I don't know how many I've had to go on panels, because I had to go on Diane's panel when it used to be like the panel to go to, and there was like 800 people, and say to the whole community that I was sorry for one, whenever I joined Laura's membership and was like trolling her, and I hurt a bunch of people's feelings. And for two, when I came out of Laura's Patreon, I went on several panels, big panels at the time, and just had to say sorry. I had to be accountable for what I had done. Starlight is the only one around here that every time she's held accountable, it's hate campaign, cancel culture. She doesn't have to. What are y'all doing trying to cancel Starlight? Like, are you fucking kidding me right now?
Yeah, they don't even consider taking accountability. And then when you say that you literally choose to try to play the victim role and refuse to ever take accountability, they're like, what? What are you talking about? What do you mean? What are you talking about? What do you mean?
Right. Like,
hello?
Get out of here. Yeah, it's so weird. It's so cringe. And so, I mean, if you're not going to be accountable, then you can't hold everybody else accountable for everything. You can sit over there and y'all can live in your echo chamber, but then don't be trying to hold Steph accountable, me accountable, Stephanie Brown, because that's fucking dead in the water. Like, I don't give a fuck what y'all say over there. Um, Alex, I find you fucking hilarious. I find it hilarious that you are making excuses like this. You know better. Starlight, you're always going to have that one person that's going to make excuses for everything you do. It's never going to change. I talk about Nina fucking Baba. That's all. Hey, welcome. Thank you, figure skating coach.
Which, whatever. Okay, they want to make excuses for whatever, but like, you all aren't doing her any favors, and you know that you're not doing her any favors. And this particular time, like, if you'd have taken 2 seconds, like, what if something happens that's a genuine discussion that needs to be happened? You all aren't open for it, period, at all, in the least. And that is dangerous. That's what's dangerous, Alex. For some reason, she kept on. She moved the goalpost to being like, if you want to talk about dangerous men in the community, tonic, blah 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 blah. And it's like, I don't know who would talk about dangerous men.
Right. Nobody was talking about dangerous man. We were talking about a man who prefers children. But Junebug said, Stephanie Brown, those of us who were there know damn well what really happened. And I'm sorry that this is even being talked about again. It was bad enough the first time. And yes,
Yeah,
like, if you weren't there, I don't want to talk about it because I wasn't there. Stephanie's told me the story. It's not my story to tell. And you guys are twisting it to fit some fucked up narrative that you have without even knowing. You didn't know Stephanie happened.
I don't mind it being talked about. It happened. You know what I mean? Like, a thing like that all was part of the history in the drama community. Like, it is what it is. I know what happened. I know the truth. So it doesn't bother me. What bothers me is using that to excuse what's going on right now. And it's like, they're not in the same ballpark at all. At all.
Halo
Like,
flower. No, it's not the same. And like Starlight, like Steph said she went there to have fun. She went there for fun. Okay, well,
they
go.
were talking dirty as fuck. Like, Liz was in his chat. I have screenshots of it saying, fuck the crazy out of me, daddy, all this shit. And I'm sure she felt like she was trolling him in her own weird way. But I thought in my head, like, maybe she would want to know. Like, maybe she wouldn't want to be doing that if she knew that. I genuinely felt like they would at least care.
They
But
don't care, honey. They don't.
no, they don't. They care about being able to go where they want to go, and that means more to them than anything else, which is fine. Do what you want, but to feel that way and also pretend you have any moral high ground to stand on ever in life just doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, I saw, because I thought it was a fake Liz because they were saying her like private was hard. Like, I can't even say it. It's so gross. She was
Her
saying
clit.
her clit was hard. It's so
Yes.
gross. I hate that word. I don't know why, but her clit was hard. And yeah, fuck the whatever out of me, daddy, to this guy. And that, you might have thought that was trolling, but everybody was cringing. Like, Liz, he's literally admitted that he would fuck a 14-year-old. What are you doing? And I thought the same thing. Like, I fucking can't stand Liz, but maybe if she knew what he was really about. But then it's time to find out they fucking did know. They did.
Oh yeah, they absolutely knew. And then Liz had the fucking nerve to come up there and say, oh, well, Steph knew about this all along, and they didn't even forewarn us. And it's like, first of all, Starlight had already been going on his panel. She already admitted that. You all had already been going in his chats, right? This just happened. It wasn't even that long ago that he said this in public. It didn't happen a long time ago. It was, a week or maybe a week and a half, 2 weeks ago now. So it's not like people knew this forever and ever. This is like brand new development about this person. So nice try. But and listen,
Yeah.
I wouldn't have told you all before. That's why I didn't, because I did see you all going in his chats after I knew, and I didn't say anything because look how it turned out.
Right. You
Look
can't
how it turned
say
out.
like, you can't, it's like, okay, so there's a certain group of people that are just totally off limits, but everybody else is held accountable for every single thing. Like, I mean, there were whole streams about just about really personal things that I had going on. Not even knowing the facts, they were just guessing and putting it out as fact. I mean, there's been whole streams about everybody else's stuff.
Starlight jumped on. She broke her neck to jump on Hooker when Hooker was down bad, and she fucking seen that shit.
Yes,
And anybody's going to whine that it's happening back to Starlight when Starlight puts herself out there more than anybody else. Y'all are like out of it.
you can't be serious. Like Starlight literally, she literally jumped on it, and then she literally jumped on trying to cancel me. The
I
next,
couldn't believe she did that to Hooker.
I know, I still can't believe it. And then to have the nerve to whine when it comes back on you. Only we're giving you much more grace than we were allotted. Like you did not give us any grace at
Yeah,
all.
we could have pushed a pedo supporter narrative
Mm-hmm.
if we wanted to be cunts to you. Like you, the way that you treat people, Starlight, and company, the way that you all are so black and white, and you don't give any fucking nuance in anything that you're doing. We could have done that. We didn't, and still was accused of it, and that was the narrative that she used to be the victim. Like fucking crazy. Maybe next time we should just go for the
Hold
gold.
on a second. Hold on.
Okay. Hey Daria. Junebug said.
Sorry, the neighbor sat by, but yeah, we could have jumped all over that. We could have been like, she's a PETA supporter. She's all, we didn't. I was very careful, and I was just making a point with what I said. I didn't say that Starlight, supports pedophiles. I was saying it's the same thing, so it should have the same amount of response, right? It shouldn't be that's off limits. That's all.
She knows that you didn't say that, or why did she clip it so concisely?
Hey,
Like,
Carla.
Hey
Because
Carla.
doing. Oh God, these
Yeah,
cars are so loud.
she was
Oh my God,
clipping it just to make it sound away because she just needed to clip somebody saying the P word
I know.
one time.
Like what? Hey, Stephanie Lee. She needed that. She needed to clip that in that very specific way. That's why I showed the whole clip, because that's not what I said, and that's not what I meant, because I meant what I said. And they're not gonna. It's like you didn't think I would go back and get the whole clip or what? Because there's no way.
Right. It's right there. By the way, she said on her member stream, she was like, what is it with everybody calling everybody the P word around here, and that word being so watered down? You can fuck off with that shit. And the only time that I've heard, I think I said this last night, but the only time personally that I've heard that word used was during that debate stream, and then he corrected it whenever he changed the definition of exactly what it would be or whatever. But other than that, I haven't heard anybody using that word.
No. I'm like, we use that word to say that about Tracy, and that's what I was saying, was that was way too harsh of me to say. That word should not have been even used, right? And I do think that dude is a freaking creep. I'm sorry, I do. I don't know if they support him. I just know.
So does Alex. She said that in her stream. She said he was horrible, he was creepy, he's a bad guy, he says disgusting things on the internet. And she said everything but. So pretty much all she was saying is, instead of Starlight going on a P words panel, which was never a claim anyways,
right,
Starlight went on a disgusting, gross, creepy, nasty man's panel and let him talk sexual to her. That's what happened.
Yeah, that's the I mean, that's how you need to word it or whatever. But I will never understand like how Starlight sits so high on a pedestal and is so off limits. I will not.
Right?
I cannot believe I was ever a part of that. Like, I'm embarrassed for myself that I ever condoned like a 40-year-old woman that's older than me, by the way, being treated like a child. I treated her with kid gloves, and I just look back.
And me.
Yeah, yes, we treated her with kid gloves like she was like that little sister than us, okay? And it's like, what are we doing? I don't understand how everybody else who knows, who bitches about it, doesn't speak up and say, hey, this is fucked up. He's a pedophile. You know how many I'm sorry, he's a creep. You know how many creeps we've like gotten out of this community, and now you're over there supporting one and thinking it's funny to talk sexually to him? Like, what are you doing, Starlight?
It's never going to be that. I learned that. I kind of still held on to a little bit of hope that could be the case. No, never. From here until forever, it will always be plausible deniability. I didn't see it. I didn't watch it. I'm not going to watch that. I don't want to know. I don't want to see. And that's fine for a lot of things, because I know she does a lot of shit that certain people don't agree with, and they would rather just not know about it to still
Right.
be able to support her.
Yes.
But this is different, because like, if people feel a certain type of way and they just don't feel comfortable about it, like, that should be allowed to be up for discussion.
Yes, it is. It is. So like, I don't know. I just love that they talk about everybody else. And Starlight, you're over there, and like you know, you want to talk about my relationship all the fucking time. You have
Mm-hmm.
8 years, Starlight. Literally, you can go like, I just think her and Liz are both those people that can talk about everybody else's shit, but you can't even mention theirs, right? Like, Starlight, you should really go touch some grass and not record it, not put it on YouTube. Go fucking touch some grass. You go on all these vacations. You fucking recorded from Disney World, dude. Don't even talk to me about my fucking life until you get yours in order. I'm so sick of
She
it.
told us, or whoever, I don't know who she talked to, actually, I won't even say us. She said, whenever she was like, take your fake outrage and shove it up your ass
Oh
and
my
go.
God, I
She
died.
said, and go away. Bye. Like, who are you talking to? Nobody's around you. We're here on Amanda's channel, right? That's the only place that we've been.
Yeah.
Like, you can unsubscribe. You don't have to watch. If you don't like it, don't watch. Like,
Yeah, if you don't like this stream, don't fucking watch it. And you want to cry about people having your members only stream, or you said people cried about it. No, people were fucking shocked, Starlight, at some of the stuff that you said in the members only stream, and they were shocked that you did a members only, because you said the only people you owe an explanation to is people that supported you. No, Starlight, that's not how this works. You have made people get up on their platform and explain themselves many fucking times. You're not exempt from that. All of us are here. You have done that to other people. And when it's your turn, you don't get to turn around and say, I'll do what I want. I'll do what I want. Leave me alone. Nah, that's not how this fucking works. I'm sorry.
she not she didn't owe an explanation to her supporters. She only owed an explanation to her monetary supporters.
Right. Mine is because that's all that she did say. I owed it to people that supported me, not only with money, but that's the only people that could watch your stream because it was members only. So
No, like, literally only with money. Literally.
yeah, and you know how much shit she's given other people for recording like kids and stuff, and then you go to Disney. I know, like Steph, she went to
Yeah.
Disney. I was shook. I was like, "Is she fucking recording from Disney?" My mouth was open. Like, oh my God, she's literally recording from Disney after all
Well,
the
and her friends, people that go live, have literally went live tons of times about another person recording kids at a water park, and that person said
yeah.
they had permission to record at a water park. And
They
it's just like,
called the fucking water
come
park.
on.
I mean, I'm just saying, Randy and Wendy, you guys literally gave Merb so much shit, and Starlight recorded people's kids at Disney and nobody said a peep. I was shocked that nobody spoke up. I was like, nobody's gonna say something to her after all this stuff. Like, what are you doing after all the shit we've heard? Which I agree, you shouldn't be recording kids without permission. I get that. I agree. But then to be totally quiet, that's why people get upset with Wendy and Randy, because and I don't think that they're responsible for Starlight. That's not it. But when it's so similar of a situation and you don't say anything, I think that's why people get upset with them the most.
Well, yeah. And like last night, pretty much being like, Wendy said in chat, like, I don't know one word this man is saying, so I'm not going to watch it. Like, literally, plausible deniability, don't care. And I get that to a certain extent, because then you don't have to, like,
Respond.
take responsibility for knowing or whatever. But if in Tracy's first, her initial stream, like, she said exactly what the man said. So like, if you watch Tracy's stream, the very least, wouldn't you want to know, like, that wouldn't spark your interest to know it all?
Right.
Like, that's how serious the plausible deniability is now.
Yeah, that's like I can't understand, and I'm just telling them, like, I'm not trying to start a fight with you guys, Randy and Wendy, because we don't really fight anymore. But I'm just letting you know why people do get upset is because you guys went on and on about Merb recording people at the water park, and then Starlight went and recorded people at Disney multiple times, and not a word, not a peep, not even a hey, we can't agree with that because we just gave Merb all this shit, nothing. So people look at it like you only do stuff for content, kind of, or you really don't care about what you're talking about, and it's hard to take seriously. That's why people do get upset with you guys. Like,
Well, it was just like not even that long ago. Like Randy was the number one person that got upset about Brian putting the emojis in the chat and lost her shit. Like they went to war over that shit, right? And I understand why she was upset and whatnot, but then like when it's turned around and it's about the comment to a Jewish person, it's literally just swept under the rug. It's like
yeah,
not the
like,
same.
yeah, because like if I had recorded Disney World, or if I had recorded kids, or Stephanie had, or Steph had, there would be 20 streams about it, and it just feels like only certain people get off with nothing said to them. And I know that I used to say we talk to our friends in private, but then you can't do that because you talk to everybody else in public. That's not cool. Does Steph want a link, by the way? I was gonna ask her.
Maybe I don't know. It's just hard for me to, because if I'm watching something, I'm seeing it, I'm gonna feel the way that I feel about it, regardless of who or what it is. Like I'm not gonna fake that because I like somebody or don't like somebody. You
Yeah,
still
like,
feel the way that you feel.
well, that's why I quit doing like call out streams, because it was extremely hypocritical to do a call out stream about, say, Steph, and then a week later the same thing kept happening on our end, not from us but from like our friends. And I wasn't going to call my own friends out on a live, and I knew I
Like,
wasn't. So I was like, you know what? I am no longer the caller outer because I look fucking ridiculous. I look stupid just sitting up here calling out, say, Steph or this one or that one, and then a week later having one of my own friends do something a little worse than that, and I'm not going to call it out. So I am no longer the fucking caller outer, and I realized how hypocritical it looked. I really did. I was like, yeah, I look like a total fucking hypocrite.
yeah,
Yeah,
it
it just
just
that's how it
gets
felt at the moment.
old and ridiculous.
Yeah, and it was, and I had to take accountability for that, though. That, like, okay, so I'm over here calling this one out or that one out, but I have never said a word to this one publicly, and that's not like, how stupid do I look?
I think Tracy could have said anything, like literally she could have had the realest, saddest, like the worst thing that, like, it was so detrimental, and none of them would have cared or paid attention to it. And I never want to get to the point where I can not watch content, take it in as the information that it is because of who's making it.
Right, bones. You're always calling that out. Hey, Roz. But yeah, it's like I'm never gonna get, and I'm never gonna get so wrapped up in a group again like that. Like, I know we talked about this a little bit last time, and that's my fault. Like, I'm not blaming anybody else, but I never want to be that intertwined in a group again that I feel like I can't say what I'm actually thinking, like, or I can't, and that's not even on them. That's on me. I let myself get there,
Well, this really shouldn't even, it didn't even have to be about
Hey,
Starlight
hey.
in
Hey,
particular. Hey, like they made it about Starlight specifically. It could have been about that there's this guy in the community that people want to, talk about. But
right.
they had to make it about, oh, everybody wants to control what Starlight's doing instead.
Right. No,
So,
So
we don't want to go to
so
Starlight. Oh,
I
sorry.
was in Rada's, or no, I wasn't even there. I get sent Rada's link.
Mm-hmm.
And the person that yesterday, the person that sent it to me, they didn't say anything. They just dropped Rada's link. And normally, whenever they send me a link like that, it's because I'm being talked about. So I start looking, and I see that Emma. Okay, so Rada was calling out people for not going after Vegas Valley or whatever, and Mo33 comes up there and she's like, "Well, what about Steph?" or actually staff. What about staff? Why won't you call out staff? And long story short, the reason I don't go after Vegas Valley is because I'm tired of putting my family in a position where I know that somebody's going to dox them, is going to dox them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not doing that like somebody else we know does often.
Right.
That's my stance totally too. I don't know who Vegas Valley is, but I totally agree with that.
Well, all right. If you know what's going to happen, don't put yourself in a position where they're going to do it to you, and they got the right to do it. Like, whatever. So I went into the chat and I answered her. I was like, I don't support that person. I have that person blocked, and my kids are no longer fodder for idiots on the internet. Mo33, in case you were worried about it.
Right.
She turns around and says, yeah, oh yeah, for plenty of time, and vice versa. But she turns around and says, well, I think it's funny that you find it totally okay that Tracy talks about Starlight's parenting. What? Are you kidding me? Really? That's what this is about?
Starlight just made that rule recently when she was talking about my parenting, and I told her to quit talking about my family, my private life. She responded on her own panel and said, I'm talking about your parenting, not your children. But when it's her, that's the of it all.
Did
right there.
Mo33 call it out? Speak up? Say anything when Starlight did it?
Nope.
No.
Mo33 and Starlight and all the other them talked about my parenting for a very long time.
Yes, everybody did. And
okay.
Talked about your parent, my parenting, your parenting.
Yep. And it was supposed to be okay because it was about parenting and not kids. Right? But now it's a problem that you talk about parenting. Like, I can't keep up with the fucking lines that are being drawn.
Yes. Like, okay, so if parenting is off limits, then everybody's parenting is not just yours, right, Starlight? Because if that's the rule, I can totally go with that. I actually agree with that everything should stay on YouTube. That's how things keep getting so messy, right? But that means that you can't turn around in a week when you get mad at me and say that I abandoned my family, my kids, that, you know, all of that. And then when I call you out, say you're talking about my parenting, you can't do that.
No. And like, to me, none of it's okay. Don't talk about kids. Don't talk about parenting. Don't talk about shit that you don't know. Right. And in my book, you were talking about my kids. Right. In my book, you were talking about my kids, and you guys redrew that line and said, no, it's not kids, it's parenting.
To make it
and okay. So we followed that line. Right. We followed that line. Tracy said over and over again, I'm not talking about your children. I'm talking about you and your parent. Now that's not okay.
Well, no, yeah, it wouldn't have been okay a year ago. But I mean, that was literally just a couple weeks ago when Starlight said, I'm talking about your parenting, not your kids.
Yep.
I ignored it. I never even addressed it. But I just don't understand how they don't see that that's the lines that they keep redrawing. And then
they only care when it's Starlight. That's the only explanation.
It's true. And they want to call us a super fan club. Mirror. Here's your mirror. Okay. Because the super fans of Hello Piss Mop over there are you petty bitches, and you make yourselves look like idiots every single day and don't even see it.
Yeah, every single day you do. You make yourself look like giant hypocrites. And, you know, Starlight, you're not going to be my content if you would just shut the fuck up. But you guys can't shut up, and then you cry, you're my only content. I left YouTube. I don't even know what I'm going to do with my channel yet. I wasn't even planning on coming back. But then when you keep going on and on, I'm also not your fucking doormat. I'm going to come back and respond every single time from now on because I'm sick of you running your fucking mouth. Just shut the fuck up.
Even if she's not running her mouth. Like, if she's providing content, I'm going to fucking use the content. Stop providing the content.
Yep, that's where I'm at too. That's where I've been at for a minute. If you're going to be an idiot, if you're going to be a fucking fool on the internet, I'm going to call you out. Like, I'm not talking about what you do in your real life. I could give a shit. I'm talking about the dumb shit you do for everyone to see.
Right. We're not ever here talking about your real life. The most I've said is go fucking find a date or something. And I don't
real life. This is her real life.
Yes, that's true.
90% of her life.
That is true.
Right. This is her real life. And I don't understand that because you know, during COVID and stuff, like everybody got really wrapped up, but I can like literally check YouTube once a day or not at all. And it's fine. Like, I don't have to check YouTube. I don't have to know everything that's going on. You really should get out of that mindset. COVID is over. Go out and do something and don't worry about YouTube. You'll feel so much better. Go find a hobby that doesn't involve fucking YouTube.
Well, yeah, and they care so much
in the real world, though. Like,
right?
He's not gonna be able to get the attention.
No, and they care so much about their reputations here. Like, right. I could give a shit. Not once did I, when I was on Randy's yesterday, not once did I look at the chat or did I look at how many people were there. I came up to have a conversation with Randy and One, and that was the only reason I was there. And I don't care who sees it or has opinions about it because I could give a fuck about my reputation on YouTube.
Right.
It is everything. Right. It's everything to them.
Is nothing. Yeah.
Right. I had to, I'm not going to lie.
I've heard the word legacy thrown around stuff.
Oh my God. It's so
a legacy.
Legacy from you. I had to get to the, with all of it, where I was just kind of like, I don't give a fuck about any of it. If I'm not like with you every day, I don't care, They don't know how to do that. They really don't. It's weird. And it's really sad.
And when you were right, Amanda, the other day, you said, turn on here every day, all the time, unless you have a problem in your real life.
Right.
Because I remember when you would go live, I mean, like 2 or 3 or 4 times a week, every day you were live. Right. And I never thought about it until you said that. Yeah. But I've watched you be able to put it down and not go live. I've watched Stephanie walk away from it. Trisha has walked away from it. I've walked away from it. Everybody can walk away from it, except for fucking Piss Mop over there.
Yes.
And what does that say?
Yeah, like I can admit that
you're not living a happy real life, like a fulfilled, happy real life if you're here 90% of the time.
Yes, like, okay, so if your whole life revolves around, oh my God, this person said this on YouTube, sometimes people will.
That's all you have.
And I literally don't see it for a couple weeks because I don't even check Discord, or I don't like. Sometimes I have not checked the drama community for a week and a half, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Like I didn't even know what was going on. I only am doing this because I am sick to death of Starlight.
Hey, Simon.
Everything she wants about everybody, and everybody just saying, I'm not going to respond. No, people need to fucking respond because that's why she keeps fucking doing it and on and on.
And look, if you got something to say and people are sub to your channel and you want to get it out until you fire up a live and run your fucking mouth, have at it.
Right.
That's not the same as every time someone mentions your name, you get so triggered, you have to go live and start screaming, leave me alone.
Right.
Which I can't, I have the amount of clips I have of her crybaby ass screaming, leave me alone. It's funny. It's ridiculous.
I know.
At this point.
It is ridiculous. It's fucking ridiculous, and it's really sad. And, I just don't.
Everyone would leave her alone if she would just stop poking people. Like, even the first time that I seen her on a panel in a whole new community, she literally singles this guy out in chat and calls him the fuck out, calls him names, goes at him because apparently he disagreed with her in Discord. And I'm like, what? You don't know this guy. Like, why are you starting a beef with somebody you don't even fucking know? You have no idea what the response could be. But she don't care. She told me. Like before, whenever she was fighting with Amber, she told me, I don't care. I have nothing to lose. Like, I've already had CPS calling me. I don't care what happens.
Yeah, and when you say you don't have anything to lose, that's a dangerous fucking statement because, I don't know, it's your real life, but
I hated hearing that. I was like, no,
I don't like it. And Starlight, I don't want to keep doing this with you, but I will keep doing it. Like, we can keep doing it or we can just stop. I've asked you repeatedly and you act like you just want to be left alone, but yet every single panel you bring up Steph, you bring up Stephanie, you bring up me, you bring up this one, that one, and then you cry because you cannot help yourself. You cry, you bring up Hooker, or you bring up anybody, you bring up everybody, and then you sit and cry when people have a fucking response. Everybody is sick of your bullshit, so just shut the fuck up. Just stop. And nobody would have a response.
Yeah, like if you want someone to leave you alone, anyone, just leave them the fuck alone. They'll leave you alone.
Yeah, that's how this whole YouTube,
every time, like a charm.
Right, it works like a charm. That's why the only person I'm fighting with right now, Starlight, is y'all ponies, because I don't poke anybody. I don't go on panels and just start talking some shit. I don't go in chats and go after people. You're the only people in the whole community that we're fighting with, that Stephanie and I have beef with, because you guys keep going on and on.
She admits she can't help herself. Even
She
like
really can't.
whenever, yeah, she said,
Like,
can't
I
help
get screenshots sent to me of her in Discord, and somebody called her out and said, Steph, I bet you can't go live and drop her fucking name. And the next live she did was the members only live. And not only did she drop my name a bunch of times, but she threatened to do a memberships only stream on the fucking revenge shit that's been put out on me.
Oh my
She's
god.
obsessed. Like,
Yeah,
it's always projection with her ass. Always. Everything she says about everybody else is exactly what she's doing.
yeah. Yeah, me too, Long Island girl. Hey Mandy, good to see you. It is projection, and it's always the same bullshit. It's just like I just don't understand how you cry that nobody will leave you alone when every other word out of your mouth is somebody's name. And, you
Yep.
know, you have dragged the fuck out of me and I have shut the fuck up. And so many people have been like, Amanda, when are you going to fucking say something? I'm like, I'm just
Yep.
hoping it'll die down. I mean, Hooker literally said, babe, is enough going to be enough for you? Like, when you got to stick up for yourself. This is getting fucking ridiculous. And I was like, I just want it to die down. Okay, now I'm sick of it. Hold on.
One of the first conversations that we had was a long time ago. And I said, listen, I know you want to avoid it. And I know you don't want to go back and forth. But I'm just going to tell you now, she will not give you a choice. She will keep going and going and going until you don't have a choice but to respawn. And it's all of her bullshit is predictable. Everything she does. And that's why it's so much fun. Like, yeah. I know when I clip her and point out that she's a fucking liar, like, I never reported that White Diamond channel. I never reported her. I never went to YouTube and said she was bannabating because I honestly, I don't.
She did.
It's so old. Right.
Yeah, she did.
Exactly. And if she hadn't brought me up in her response to Jenny Jen, I wouldn't have even talked about it. But yeah. She brings me up and says that I'm vile and that my channel should be taken down. So I'm like, okay, let's point out a few of your lies. Number one being that that's not your channel. That was just a bold-faced lie. You just lied to everybody. The supporters that you care so much about, you lied to their face. And all your friends did it with you.
Yes, lied. Oh, enjoy, Stoner Girl. That'll be so much fun. Yes, she literally said that's
she
not.
She always lies.
I know whose channel it is. And then a few minutes later, she must have forgot what she just said. And she said, I don't know anything about that channel. And I was like, oh my God, Starlight I didn't even know that was her channel. I had no idea.
It's so weird. And ASMR says this all the time. He says it's like Adderall, right? Like you get in this amphetamine psychosis. And if you're prescribed, and she's said it, whatever, this isn't news, but it's almost like she gets hyper focused on things. She doesn't realize what she just said 5 seconds ago. She doesn't realize that there's proof of her saying something that she's completely denying.
Yes.
That she ever said. She doesn't. It's fucking bizarre. Like, I wonder about her mental status. I really do.
I don't know what's going on with her, but I know that I watched her lie, say she didn't know, she knew whose channel it was, and 5 fucking minutes later say, I don't know anything about that channel. What are you talking about? And then, like, she would go back and forth and, like, pick a fucking struggle. What are you, like, you look so stupid. You know, like, I don't report. If somebody wants to report people, that's fine. I never went to YouTube about that channel with her, but I was thinking, you're just handing people shit. You're handing whoever's going to report you on a silver platter right now.
Like, why even go to YouTube and tell
Hey, Taco.
Like, not everybody that watches you likes you. And then I guess
it's so weird.
It's so important to be like, somebody's attacking me, I'm a victim. Then it's worth it.
Yes.
I don't know. She gets out of it.
She loves the victim mentality, and she loves the outrage culture. Like, she's outraged of all these terrible things that she does behind the scenes, and that she does after the hours of midnight.
Yes, it's so strange. I don't fucking know. It's good to see you, Taco. And yes, Simon, but I don't listen. I don't
She's
know.
outraged about everything except for grown men that say they would.
I was going to say
with a 14-year-old. Exactly.
That's what I was going to say. She's not outraged about fucking this weirdo, but my phone
said we were fake outraged.
It was.
Yeah, and she's going to say that the three of us sat here, and they're all going to say the three of us sat here and talked about Starlight. Yes, we did. We absolutely did. And we're only 3. There are dozens more who have the exact same thing to say about you, and then some. They're just not here on the panel.
And we're talking about YouTube shit. Like, that's it.
Right, but you can call me obsessed. Yes, I'll sit on panels and talk about your YouTube bullshit all day.
Right, but she talks about all of us all day too, but that's never
Yeah.
plugged. But my phone is gonna die soon. I didn't realize it was almost dead. But Starlight, just shut the fuck up, and this can stop. Or if you wanted to keep going, just quit acting like a victim about it, and we can just fucking go back and forth about YouTube shit. I don't really give a fuck because I'm done being a doormat. Liz, you can.
Oh, she's got it coming.
Yeah,
She crossed the fucking line in her little members only stream. She crossed the line hard with me, and so she's got it coming.
Well, that's, I can't.
She asks for everything she gets. Like, I don't understand how you can, like, oh my God, I'm being so attacked. It's all about Starlight. They want to run Starlight off. Like, shut the fuck up.
Fuck off. Like, with the white diamond stuff, I would have stayed out of it. And until you mention me on your fucking response. What about Steph's channel? What about Wendy V's channel? Now you brought me into it. Now I'm gonna respond. Right. And you brought me up in your members only stream, and now you got it coming.
Yeah, they deflect. That's all they do is deflect. What about? That doesn't make anything better. Nothing.
Yeah,
it's doesn't so make stupid.
Better. It's so fucking stupid.
The worst argument.
It is the worst argument, and you guys can either, like Steph said, you have it coming. That's between y'all. But if you guys want to,
yes, that's between her and I.
I'm game, but I don't have to keep this going. I can stop right now and not mention you anymore. But you guys are not going to keep mentioning me and Hooker or Stephanie Brown and think that we're just going to be like, yep, nope, we're not saying anything. Those days are over. We gave you guys. We've been gone for 6 months now, and we gave you guys 3 months of shutting the fuck up. It wasn't good enough. You guys just couldn't.
And the second she saw you in chat, she jumped your shit. Hi, Simon.
Hey,
well,
good to see you, Simon.
The reason why I spoke back up is because she wouldn't shut the fuck up about Amanda. And I'm not just going to leave Amanda by herself to get beat up on every fucking day for months. Like, fuck off.
I don't blame you. I wouldn't either.
Well, thank you guys.
I wouldn't either.
I mean, thank you guys. I literally was fine with it until I was like, let me just not say anything for a couple, I think it was 3 weeks. We didn't go live, nothing. I went into a chat, not even about Starlight. Starlight was just in the chat, and she lost her shit and started talking mad shit about me. And I was like, all right, fuck, I can't even go into a chat now. And this is what she's going to do. Because she thought she was going to run.
Yep.
No, bitch, I'm not going anywhere. I'm here. So
it's the same, yeah. And she's everywhere. And it's not other people giving her screenshots or links to tell. It's her.
Yeah,
she is watching everything all the time. She's an overly obsessed fucking weirdo.
Yes, it's like, fucking stop. But thank you.
She knew everything about Hormaster. She knew about his old channels. She knew everything.
But no, she doesn't know about Omegle. Oh my God, I'm so surprised. What? Like,
that's the first thing that pops up.
Stephanie, she was on the panel lying to the man's face who was in her chat 3 days prior telling her that she pinned on her screen what she claimed to not know.
She still denied it too. I feel like I didn't even know. I've never heard that before.
Like, what? This man told you in your own chat. You pinned it. You said you didn't care and you didn't want to talk about it. You just wanted to go have a fun, good time with the creep who would sleep with a 14-year-old if it was legal. That's on you, girl.
Hey, Boston girl.
Yeah, knock yourself out. Nobody's
have a blast. Don't be surprised when we call you out for it.
Donna, everybody will be side-eyeing you, but have fun.
Right. Have fun. You get called out. Don't cry about it. That's all. But my phone, I got to go.
Hey, Shauna.
Yeah, it's good to see you.
Hey, Shauna.
So you guys have fun.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys. I'll see you guys.
Bye. Thanks for having me up.
Thanks for coming up. Bye.
I came up just for